Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, but most of them are pretty shitty. But for some reason, there's that small percentage of the population that just likes to kiss up and lick on other people's assholes. Doesn't matter what the subject is. There's always going to be some group of people who are like really into their opinion on one side, on the other side. That's just how it's going to be. You can't really change that. And it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, everyone can have their opinion. Who cares? The last video I released is my most disliked video percentage-wise I've ever posted. At the time of recording, it has less than a 50% like to dislike ratio. And when I saw that overwhelming amount of hatred towards my video, I couldn't help but just think, damn dude, that's crazy. I don't really care. People aren't always gonna agree with my opinion. That's life. Tough. I also know the majority of dislikes probably didn't even watch the whole video, because the average watch time is only 2 minutes. When for every other video I have, it's always about half the runtime. That means the majority of them probably didn't hear all my points, and therefore their dislike for the video doesn't mean too much to me. On the other hand, some people felt the need to leave comments, and I actually appreciated those comments. I like when people actually voice what they disagree with. I appreciate that they're taking their time to actually write something about it, when a majority of people just hit the dislike button and left. But just when I hit my most disliked video ever, which I was actually proud of, that means that I was in the algorithm, people outside the channel were finding me, I thought it was pretty awesome. YouTube decides they're just gonna nuke the dislike button. They're getting rid of it. They said yeet. It was announced on Twitter by @TeamYouTube last week.
To reduce targeted dislike attacks and their impact on creators, especially on smaller creators, you'll no longer see a public dislike count on YouTube starting today. The dislike button is staying. This comes after lots of research, testing, and consideration.
So basically, YouTube has decided to get rid of the dislike button because sometimes people go dislike bomb channels. So their solution to this is to completely remove the ability to see how many dislikes a video has. Like this is gonna somehow stop harassment. It's honestly stupid. Like to dislike ratios is an easy way to tell how well a video is doing and how accepted the opinions or content from that video are. Removing it because a handful of trolls like to go around and dislike bomb people is stupid. They said they've done research and have been experimenting with removing the button, but my question is, how many people were actually getting dislike bombed by trolls in the first place? They released a video to go along with this update.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not.
That's because that's exactly what the purpose of the button is.
But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard.
Yeah, this does happen, but it's rare and a misuse of the tool. A hammer is used to drive a nail into things, or to pull a nail out. Some people decide to use them to smash windows and break things. This doesn't mean you need to ban hammers.
And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
This is a stupid argument. People dislike bomb because they don't like their creator or what they stand for. How is this a bad thing at all? You know what happens when someone gets exposed for being a shitty person, like Mini Lad? Everyone goes and dislike bombs him. Is this a bad thing? No. In fact, this is a good thing. People are using this public platform to express discontent for the things he's done.
Earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction. So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private.
So you can still dislike a video if you want. Functionality isn't changing. The only thing changing is the ability to see the number of dislikes the video has. You can still be dislike bombed. People can still go mass dislike your video, and that can still affect you mentally if you're a little bitch baby piss boy. You just can't publicly see the dislike count. So if this is the case, why not get rid of the like count as well? It's basically useless now. What is light without darkness? What is yin without yang? thing. What is big booty bitches without little booty bitches? There's no point to having a like counter if you can't see what the dislike counter is. And fun fact, you can choose to turn off likes and dislikes in the dashboard for your video. It's the same as turning off comments. It's a tool you already had available, though it's seen in the community as a bitch move to turn off ratings like that. Team YouTube fully acknowledged this in the replies of their original tweet.
This was an option for creators prior to today's update, but we saw that when creators turned off likes and dislikes, they could be bullied for choosing to do so. It's YouTube's responsibility to protect its community, so we've decided to make this change across all videos.
Where exactly are they being bullied for turning off ratings? In their comment section? Guess what? You can turn that off too. You can choose to be a little piss boy bitch baby and live in your own little echo chamber with no bullying, no harassment, but also no opinions, no criticisms, and no differing views.
You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want.
So the creator can still see the dislikes. So they can't argue it's for like mental health or anything. If you get dislike bombed, you're still gonna see it. Just don't be a bitch baby about it.
If creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public.
So with the way it's worded, it sounds like they're moving the dislike count somewhere else. Because right now, if I want to see my dislikes, I go to the videos page, not the analytics.
And one more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes? No. Although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes.
So I don't know if anyone actually thought this. Some people thought it was to protect corporations from getting dislike bombed or to protect our president Joe Bingus from criticism. But I think it's just YouTube being a bunch of piss babies in general. The internet's gone soft. That's just how it is. But I feel like removing the dislike button is kind of crossing a line. You're going from protecting your platform and creators to shielding them from criticism, which I don't think is something that YouTube should be doing. So in a small, insignificant sign of protest, I would like you all to dislike this video while you still can and while there's still a dislike counter. Who knows, maybe I'll just like publicly update the title of the video to how many dislikes it has so you guys know. Team YouTube, you're dog water, get your shit together. You got scammers, you got verified comment botting, you got all kinds of crap, and you focus on this absolute garbage. Remember to not like the video, subscribe, have a good day.